after this hefty jollof first?
So I took takeaway. There was like a foriro and chicken and plantain, and then I had like Tupperware with me. So I was like literally like stacking up like chicken and plantain in a pot of
Jesus
me.
is Lord.
Hey, welcome back to the Parrot Side podcast. Myself, skills. We got man like Rose.
Yes, shout with the shouts out, yeah.
Not be juju be that.
Baddest guy in this entire life. Come on.
Rose, why can't you be a normal human being? Like for once.
Guy, like I'm actually confused. Like I thought it was stuttering. I actually don't know what he said. Hey yo, we've got a special guest in the building. Madam Z.
That's right. Hello.
Hey, thanks for joining us. She's fresh from Carnival and eating jollof fries. But hey, she made it here just in time. And we here, bro. we here. Hey, y'all know what the fuck it is. We're all three of us in primary school, Greenwood House School. Shout out to Parrot Side. We're just here to do what we was doing back then. We're here to hang out. We're here to cookie rolls. Mute yourself. What you teaching stuff, bro? Why is the intro always the hardest part, bro? Fuck.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it in, but then
Let's not
extra close to the mic. Like, oh, fuck you know.
He always does this.
We're just here to do what we was doing in the Parrot Side. We're here to hang out. Come hang with us. I bet. So obviously we have our agenda of the day. And we're just gonna get straight to it. So in recent news on Twitter, let me pull up the tweet. So basically, there was like a Twitch event, I think, that was about to start, or an Epic Games event, and the Twitch streamer, who was a porn star, Adriana something.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that one. From. Yeah, so basically, she was banned from the event or something, due to her past. Basically, she was out there, and now, shit. So we're here talking about, does your past or should your past affect your future? I guess basically, where's the line? So yeah, Madam Z, please start us off. What do you think?
Where
See,
is
you could okay now pause. I'm sorry, but like yeah, you ain't had to do that. You ain't had to clear your throat into the mic. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. Go on.
You're already judging me on my past because I cleared my 15 seconds before I could even say one thing. You already jumped
you
and
have to leave
attacking me.
that in.
I was judging after you told us about the jollof fries.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
No. But I don't know what I'll say is I believe that society kind of has like standards that they basically in society everyone's like a hypocrite is what I'd say.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
they
that's facts.
I feel like people pick and choose what they decide is right or wrong, and then they just basically go at it. And then, quite unfortunately, it's most often women that receive the shorter end of the stick. That's what I think. So I'm not a gamer, but I don't think if she's good at what she does, is basically the barriers that everyone is trying to break. Why is what she did prior affecting her capability to Twitch or to play games? To Twitch is not a verb, sorry. To play games.
Twitch is a vibe, actually. I like that.
Why is it affecting her capability to play games? So I don't think her past should affect her future or her present, basically.
I mean, I guess for clarity purposes, like she still streams on Twitch. So this is like a Epic Games organized event. So they kind of have final approval over people that can play. Fortnite, by and large, is for kids. Like I would say kids and teenagers, right? Because not many adults play Fortnite these days. So I think it's a tricky one in a way because if she plays in the tournament and then you have this 7-year-old kid who like, oh, who is she? And then Google's her and then it's not great. So I don't know. Like in a way, I'm not mad at the decision. I feel like they should have told her earlier. I think they gave her very late notice.
Mhm.
but like because of the specific context we're talking about, and she still does OnlyFans, by the way. It's not like she's completely
Oh,
retired.
still?
Yeah, she
Oh,
still does OnlyFans.
fuck. I was going
Yeah,
to
she
even
still
try
does
and defend
OnlyFans.
her small, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Even if she didn't, right? Okay, let's assume she didn't, just for skills purposes. Let's assume she didn't.
Wait, no, but what I was going to ask though was, do we know for facts that she was not allowed strictly because she's been fucking on camera for her life? Like, is that what it was? Do we know that for sure? Or is it like something else?
But wait, are you saying that control the internet, which they can't? So if she was famous for something else, anyone could literally Google her name. I get what Kamal said about it being their company and them having the final decision or the final say. But like, what is their criteria or standards? Is she just because she's the first like sex worker to try to get into the competition? They're saying no.
Yeah, that's a good question because that's what I'm thinking is like they didn't just like if you open their rule book, you won't see you could not have been a porn star before. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really know what the basis. I don't know.
So wait, so from your perspective, okay, so the ability of a kid to find out who this girl is from a simple Google search shouldn't have an impact on whether she's allowed to play or not.
Yeah, I feel like literally, if she's famous for what she does, anyone could Google her, and if that's the first thing that comes up, you can't literally. I don't think you can police the internet, except you have like certain like I don't know what it's called.
Restrictions.
Restrictions. Thank you. That's the word. So what if there's a teenager that knows her from basically like living off like porn sites or something, and then says the name to you, and then you Google her. So we found out about her not because she's even entered the game, but because something else. People could have known her prior. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine though. Like I feel like if you I'm gonna say it's fine, but you can definitely find out through other means. But I think it's a bit different for a gaming event organized that is mostly watched by kids. And kids are very curious. Like kids have access to internet these days. Like you can't police everything they
But that's
search,
but aren't
but you
kids
can
going to find
definitely
aren't they going to
control.
find porn anyways? Like even without like this, like they're gonna find
I
it.
mean, when they're older, yeah, when they're older, most likely. But
First,
like,
first.
oh, not like there's a certain limit to it. Like most people don't want a 7-year-old like watching porn. Like it's just not healthy for
Yeah.
them. So like if they watch, kids. If there's one, okay. Do you know Amaranth? Do you guys know Amaranth?
No.
So
What is that?
she started on Twitch. She's a streamer. She was a Twitch streamer, or she's still a Twitch streamer. She does bathtub streams. So she gets in a bikini and then goes in a like mini pool and then just streams. Like just like that's all she does. Like she doesn't game, she doesn't do anything. She just exploits because like as Twitch, the gaming community has
Six
a lot of
exploits.
kids and
Yeah.
teenagers. It's exploitation. It is literally, and Twitch had to like they made a rule of like a month into her being on Twitch. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it kind of limits how much she can make from doing those kind of streams. And it's to protect a lot of the community because of how young the gaming community is. But it's similar. Now she does sex work. Like she literally does OnlyFans now. So it's kind of similar to this girl, but she already has a past doing porn. And in my opinion, man, I just feel like if you have control over who competes in your games and you know your audience is for kids, like yes, we live in a liberal society, but man, if okay, let me phrase it this way: skills. If you were the organizer of the event, would you approve her?
Like I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one still. Because I would say because there might be some other girls there that okay, she's probably popular because she did from what the tweet says, it seems like she was doing like actual porn, not just OnlyFans, like actual.
Yeah,
I'm saying so she
yeah.
probably has that popularity level, but you don't know who is in that event that is doing OnlyFans. You don't know what these niggas be doing. So like,
No, they do actually. They actually do.
oh, they do. Okay, then shit. All right.
Yeah.
Then fuck, bro. That's a tough one, man. Like in it. For the sake of the kids, probably not, man. I would try and, I guess, probably let her know before, so it won't be like just 1 hour and then this whole tweet is blowing up. I'll let her know as soon as I clock it that nah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So, Madam Z, would you approve her?
To be honest, I don't think it's black and white. And I don't think that they're doing it because of the kids. I think it's kind of like selfish because of like how society is, and they could get cancelled. I think they're just saving face.
I don't
Yeah.
think they could they get cancelled for that? Do if anything, they'll say it's empowerment.
What you're saying, basically, I think they brought it. It's all like to me. I think it's like a marketing strategy. If they're pushing it that it's for the kids in quotes, then they don't want to be affiliated with someone that's done like sex work. Now that could be their reason. But technically, if they do get cancelled, if say some extremists or like left-wing people say, "Oh, I wouldn't let my kids do this anymore," they could get like sponsors pull out or like endorsers pull out, and it will cost them money. So from a business perspective as well, it might be why they don't want her to play, not just for the kids, because truly, again, you can't control what kids see online these days. Yeah, maybe you have a brand and an image to portray or to defend, but again, it's also about money. I think this event is going to like basically it's like really big for gamers. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of attention. So if they're seen, I feel like they feel like they'll be seen promoting kind of like sex work, and that could be for business, not necessarily for the kids.
But isn't that empowering in modern day society? I'm confused. I thought that's like positive. No.
Yeah, but it's empowering, but not on that platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they will lose a lot of money, whether we like it or not. I think we have to be factual. We say, oh yes, you can't do this, you can't do this. Look, sorry, going off topic. I'm literally going off a tangent. But remember that guy that knelt showing like the
Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly. He was bad. Basically, you had to kick him off the NFL. It wasn't because what he was doing was wrong. He didn't do anything that related to sex work or anything else offensive to children, but he was kicked off the NFL. It was a whole big deal. Everyone was literally offended. He got a Netflix deal. He made a movie, wrote a book, but he's still not an NFL player, not just yet. He didn't go back immediately. So it's more about like sponsors. Money controls these things. So yes, all this like societal like trends or things that are like everyone's liberal and open, but I still feel like where the money is where the power is for these people, to me anyways. But yeah, protect the kids by all means.
Yeah,
if it means
I'd agree with that on the fact that a lot of sponsors would probably pull out of that kind of event if a sex worker was approved. But I also say like it's important to point out why a lot of sponsors would pull out, and I think the fact that Fortnite, again, we're still going back to the kids, the fact that Fortnite is a game primarily for kids and teenagers. If sponsors see that Epic Games are approving a sex worker to play in the game for that specific purpose, I feel like for their own image and for their own, let's go back to the financials, money purposes, it's in the best interest to not affiliate themselves with an event that has a sex worker playing in a game that's primarily for kids. So, and I don't think if it was a bigger game, let's say, I don't know, GTA, let's say it was a GTA, let's say it was a GTA competition. I don't think she'd be I don't think she wouldn't be allowed to play in a GTA competition. I honestly don't. Because GTA is for adults, like it's 18 plus.
First.
Yeah.
So I think so that's what I'm saying. So the fact that it is
And
Fortnite
besides,
is
even in
relevant
GTA, you
to
have like
this.
sex spots. So
Exactly, they have sex sports in GTA. So the fact that it's Fortnite is directly relevant to why she isn't allowed to play. So it's not necessarily just because of her past and money and all these things that it's all, I mean, I guess in this day and age, we don't like to attribute good intentions to companies, and I would still agree that it's maybe like 60-40 money to kids, but I do think the kids is a big part of it.
All right. Rose, what are you saying, fam?
I mean, one thing I would agree with is that it's really not black and white, because when you look at the tweet itself, it looks like they were trying to, reason as to why they are not allowing the babe to join or not. So definitely, on one point of view, there will be people that do not agree that why would they ban her, and then on the other side, so when you look at when you look at it from Epic Games point of view, is kind of like a lose-lose situation, because there are people that will be for it and there will people that will be against it. So probably they'll just look at like the cost benefit analysis and like which one will probably bring more money. And like Hadiza said, most times it's always about the money. So just like, oh, okay, which one will bring more money? I know. And like referring to like the topic as a whole, to be honest, yeah,
I even forgot about the topic as a whole.
is there are two things. So the first thing is that I feel like sometimes the magnitude of that past action also plays a part as to whether
Nah,
or
I don't
not
agree
people.
from.
Skills, do you know why I'm even saying that?
Okay.
I'm
Why?
even going to touch on an example you used. That guy that was working in your
Oh,
this
yeah,
thing.
the one I said a
That guy.
couple episodes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a clear
What?
example. Like, sorry?
What? Who's the guy? Sorry, who's the guy that you're
Okay.
using as an example?
So basically,
First
the
of all,
quick.
Hadiza, wait.
I
First,
was going to give you a
Hadiza,
quick
this shows
backstory.
that
But go on.
you don't listen to the pod because if you listen, you have known who the guy.
I'm Parrot Side #1 fan. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's
sure.
cap.
We can see where our listeners are from.
Please, you're embarrassing me on this, on this episode. Can you please just give me the backstory?
Yeah, so basically the quick backstory is I guess when he was like years ago, like in 2016, because he was like, I think it was like 18, 19 at the time or something. But basically he was, if you Google his name, you will see that he was charged for sexual assault, something like that. Or he was arrested for it. I don't know if he was charged eventually. He was arrested for that, yeah. So yeah, so basically when you Google his name, like that's like the first thing that pops up. So like he got a job where I work, and then somebody now found out, and then long story short, he then got fired. This was like 5, 6 months into him working. So then my thing at the time was like, is there ever going to be redemption for this guy? Because if I'm like a real hitter, if I fucking hit this guy, wherever he works, I can always call them. I'm like, yeah, that guy is a rapist. I'm saying like I can always do that. So that's like, is there ever redemption? So I guess that's where Rose is trying to then go is like,
Yeah, pretty much. Because like you look at the whole thing surrounding the situation, and for a fact, you said that you don't know whether he busted case or not.
yeah, I don't know.
So, like the fact that like he wasn't, there's no proof that he was actually charged for it, but that stuff is still there on the internet. I mean, because of that offense, I mean, there'll always be that spotlight on him compared to maybe it was like a petty theft or something like that. Probably like somebody would have just seen it and like, oh yeah, it's just this. But because of like and even with relation to him now working with students and everything, so definitely it's not a good look. So like definitely the actions that people engage in would always play a part as to whether or not they'll be judged. But the thing about that is that like if people actually do change, they are not then given a chance because of that. Because like all that people are going to judge you by is that particular action. So every single place you go to apply jobs, and like by the time you apply, they go through your records, they see this and everything. They are not going to see that, oh, maybe like you've taken out time to actually change, maybe you've done some community work and all of that. They are not going to look at that. They are going to be fixated on that particular action. So that's why like it's tough. It's kind of because the truth of the matter is, even with that, someone can give the image that they have actually changed, but then you put them into
Yeah, they could be pretending. Yeah, facts.
yeah, exactly, and then they do the same things again. So to be honest, it's a very tough one. It's a very, very tough one.
Well, like, okay, I feel you. It's not. I guess it's not. I guess it does depend on the magnitude. I think it also depends on what they did. So in that particular scenario, well, yeah, I mean, if he has changed, if he's not out here trying to assault girls, like, what I'm saying, like, but it's one of them ones where, like, okay, we can say it like, okay, society should give him a chance. If I have kids, do I want that guy anywhere near my child? No, I don't care if he's changed. Now, I'm saying, like, I don't. So that's like the thing is like, we can say it from a societal perspective, but we make up the society. Let's use this example, this Twitter one, for example. Like, bro, okay, like, say I meet a girl today. We start yarning, we're
Mhm.
feeling each other, and I find out she used to do porn. Like, yeah, she might have changed. I don't give a fuck though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Would you break?
wait, Z, you said what?
Would you break up with her?
If I'm feeling her and I found out she did porn.
Yeah.
See, like the game's the game, bro. Like,
Let me rephrase. So we're saying that we don't think that Twitch just found out an hour before she entered the event that she used to do porn. Literally, she's
Mhm.
been a gamer for a while, right?
yes.
So is it the same as if you've been dating this girl for a while, you knew she used to be a porn star, but now that you have to introduce her to your family, you're feeling some type of way 1 hour before you're not
No,
like,
if I had known, yeah, no, okay, then I guess it wouldn't be similar. 'Cause if I had known, then it wouldn't. She not me and my fam.
but wait, no. You won't take her to like your family cookout. So your cousins, your little cousins are going to be there. Like, oh, who's your girlfriend? Can I Google her name? And they Google her. Now be like, sorry, bro. It cannot work.
No, me personally, it would not have worked before that. Is what I'm saying.
You see, you said it would have worked. You guys have been dating for a while.
No, I said if I've been dating and then I found out that she used to do porn right
Yeah.
there and then we're done. Is what I'm saying.
So the main thing
But
you're saying now is that if you knew she used to do porn, you
Yeah.
wouldn't meet her in the first place.
Yes.
But like in the scenario where you're already together, like why would you break up with her?
because his
Guy,
family cookout and his little cousins will Google her and see that she used to do porn.
why is Kamal even asking? Like, wait, Kamal, would you date an OnlyFans model?
Oh, this guy, why are you trying to switch it on to me?
Yeah,
when
that's
we're
what I
not done
thought,
with you
nigga.
yet?
So you,
No. Let's finish with you first.
You guys are
Because I'm
siding.
actually curious to know why.
Are you guys basically siding with Twitch, but under the defense of like it's for the kids? Because fuck
No,
them
I mean,
kids.
no, I'll fuck them.
No, sorry, but fuck them kids. Because I don't think the kids even have a say in this. Yes, for society, we try to raise kids so they grow up to be decent human beings. But I mean,
Nah,
it's about the kids now.
expect you to
It's really
say
about kids or what we believe, our own
No,
beliefs.
no, I'm talking in general, just outside of the tweet. I'm talking about past and future in general. For the tweets, I feel you though. I feel you. I feel you. And I'll be the first one to say fuck them kids. But I like if you if you listen to the pod, you know I'm not really about children. You know what I'm saying?
Who's
So
his kids?
yeah, I mean I don't hate them. Okay, yeah, okay. So, like I get it. I was just like past and like in general, dude. Like I feel like Rose said, it depends on what you did in your past. Like if I find out you used to be an armed robber, like here's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
So that
But,
means there is no
yeah.
measure for your change. Nobody can actually vouch that you've actually changed. You just have to keep hustling. That is basically the consequence of the actions you've done in your past.
yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
that's pretty much how it is.
I think so, yeah.
That's the
Wow.
reality we live in.
Life is hard.
It's not ideal, but yeah,
Don't fuck
that's
up.
how it is. Yeah.
No, but I feel like we can catch it early, if we try and in this case, I said if we're not I mean, I gotta make it about society. If we're not forcing certain agendas like sexual liberation and blah blah blah, shout out Cardi B, I'm saying on young kids, then they won't be so encouraged to go into porn, and then they won't have to face the consequences later in life because there are always going to be consequences, especially for women.
But I
I'm
feel
saying
like to be a porn industry. Are you saying that everybody should be good and there shouldn't be a porn industry?
I can't control what everybody does. I'm saying if I'm saying people that go into porn. No, let me answer that. Let me answer that. I'm not saying there shouldn't be one industry or the other. I'm just saying like if you're going to go into porn as a female, you should know that there are going to be repercussions later in life. Like that's just what you should know. That's what I'm saying.
For only
Should it be
women or
that way?
for anybody that goes into that industry?
What?
For only women, for anybody that goes into that industry.
I think there's repercussions for both, but it's more on women. I think like that's just society we live in. I can't influence that. You know what I'm saying? If we ask three of us, and I know Kamal my cap, but if we ask three of us, would you marry a former porn star on OnlyFans model? These niggas, we all gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? So like it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, I don't know. I can ask you, Z, would you marry a guy that was a porn star before? Well, I mean, I don't know. Would you?
What's that?
Would that play a role in your? I don't know. What do you think?
If he has changed, why not? I'll marry him.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's you. For me, even if she has changed, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't. This is it's not. It's not
I hope
happening.
you're not capping for the pod, I beg. I hope you're actually like,
Definitely capping for the pod.
Who
I
me
think I'm
or
mostly on
Z?
him.
yeah, huh?
Okay.
No, I'm not capping for the pod, to be honest. Like, I feel like
So
the
you're-
only thing is that I could, but again, it's like if I had to introduce that person to my friends, I feel like they'd just be like feeling sad for me or just disassociate
But
with me.
would they do? I don't know. Like, how is it on the female side? Would they actually be like, "Oh no, you used to do porn"? I mean, is that? Would they really care? I don't know.
Like, babes, if your friend was a porn star.
Yeah, so if you're gonna tell your female friends like, "Oh, like this is my new guy," and then they see him and then the guy is all paying or whatever, and then you're like, "Oh, he used to do porn," would they now suddenly be like, "Oh, leave him"?
That's the thing. I don't think anybody would be like, leave him.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I feel. But on the guy's side, like if Rose brings a babe today or Kamal brings a babe today, and then I search her name up, I see OnlyFans link, I'm like, bro, that's not your babe. I'm saying like, that's not. She's everybody else's. She ain't yours, bro. Let's be honest.
I'm then curious, what is the error in this like foundational principles that women are like the shorthand of the stick? What is that thing where women just should not be porn stars or can't do certain things and men can do certain things? Not off the basis of equality, but just like out of curiosity. I'm interested to know. For you, what is it? What is so fundamentally wrong about it? Why can't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it?
Well, yeah. So I mean, that's a good question. For me, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying if you are going to, you should know that there are going to be possible repercussions later in life. And I think it just kind of, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, not to make it that kind of pod, but like, and I think it was Kamal was trying to describe it like earlier on. It's like on another episode, it's like, well, when guys look for like potential relationships, like, I don't know, there's like a certain trait and a certain vibe. Like for most girls, I feel like for a guy, like their sexual history is like not that important. Like I don't know, man. As a guy, like if I have a babe and like she's giving 100, nah, on camera. What about the kids? Nah. So basically, if we have children, if I decide to have children, because fuck these kids, but if I decide to have one or two, and then they Google their mother's name, what and they come and ask me, what will I tell them?
what always.
See mommy, see
Yeah, I
mommy.
can never get past that.
I'll be like,
Never
Sometimes
yo,
get past
I'm
that.
gonna be honest, your mom's a hoe. And it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sit down, kids. Let me tell you a story about your mother.
so I don't know. I really don't. I can't explain it. I guess that's just the society we live in. Yeah, man, it is what it is. I don't think
Wait,
people
what?
should be.
And I mean, like, it does have a negative effect on the kids because, like, when they go to school, I'm like, maybe they're arguing, guys, shut up. Your mom is on the internet. You don't talk shit and all of that kind of stuff. Like,
And that's not a vibe, man. That's not a vibe. If it was like the other way around and they're like, oh, your dad is on the internet, I don't think it will hit the same, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So Z, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's basically the
it
vibe.
does. But I'm still rooting for her anyways. I feel like it shouldn't define. Again, Rule said it's
I mean,
not
I'm sure
black and
she.
white. Yeah, as a
Yeah,
person,
I'm
I
sure
wish
she'll
it
get
didn't
like
affect.
opportunities as well.
Yeah, I wish it didn't affect what she did.
Well,
Well,
is
you
she
guys are
married?
No,
we don't do we know?
I
no,
don't
she's
know.
not.
Okay, see, and okay. I'm just saying, man, like, it is what it is. Like, because I'm sure she might meet a guy that she would like, and then the guy finds out what she used to do. And, like,
No, but
nah.
those if you're a porn star, like most of them are quite upfront about what they do.
Yeah, how many of them end up in happy marriages?
I
Oh
don't know.
God, God of mercy.
I'm just saying,
But I
like,
feel like a
We
lot of
don't
them would
have
marry within the industry, right?
because they have to. Z, you said
Yeah,
what?
I mean, cause
what is
yeah,
the statistic of like? Have you guys actually found any like porn star that has gone on to live a happy? Ooh, Coco. Okay, what about these babes from like the Playboy Mansion? When they're like
she a
porn
porn
stars?
star,
No, like I'm no
Playboy.
babes from like Playboy Mansion. This I don't
Uh-huh.
know if you, but some of
Nah, I don't
them are
think they count.
They don't
They
count.
count, guy. They count because they was
Porn
out
stars.
there getting stuffed. Yeah, well, they don't have to be porn stars
No,
specifically.
but not on camera though, right?
It doesn't have
Like
to
these
be
to
on
like
camera,
magazines.
bro.
Into like magazines.
It used to be
Mm,
like pictures, isn't it?
yes.
Okay, on camera obviously makes it 10
Plus,
times worse.
no, was there like, let me not go and cap now because I'm not sure. Honestly, there was no video equipment back in the day. I don't know.
I don't even think it matters if it was
mean,
on camera, in my
Isn't Kim
opinion.
Kardashian mad famous?
Yeah, but is she happily
For us,
married? The answer is no.
is marriage the prize?
I don't know. I feel like okay, that's an excellent question. I don't know what defines happiness in modern day. I feel like once we all, both guys and girls, once we both get over a certain age, like I feel like it's then that whole, all right, like who am I chilling with? You know what I'm saying? Because all these like Kamal and Rose, they're going to get married and have kids, so I'm just going to be out here by myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't call these guys, let's go to the bar, because they're going to be home with their wives. Because in Rose's case, she's rubbing his neck and telling him to stay home. So for me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I think we all look for companionship at some point. So I feel like I don't know if it's the prize, but I think it is something like on the priority list, I guess, at some point. Why Z? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Would you like to get married at some point?
It's a wrong. Yeah. Yes, of course.
Okay, so it's on the list. So
If that's telling me, babe, don't go out, stay home tonight. Like, okay, if you insist. For me, I feel like I forgot what I was wanted to say. It is good to have that, notion, that understanding that okay, you're going to have to do something. If you don't think about it like that, then you go ahead doing like different things and you don't think about the repercussions of them. You get, but if you've gone ahead and it's now like, what is the remedy? Should we just like cast them out of society and say you can't participate and you've been banned and then you're banished from functioning more human being?
And that's a good question. I don't know if there's a remedy per se. I mean, once it's done, to be honest. But I feel like in the case of this, it's like, is she going to find a guy and they will just happily fall in love and blah blah blah? The chances are the guy that is willing to stay with her is not the guy that she would want, to be honest. So she'll probably just have to settle and then get married and then she can live happily ever after. And that's what it's gonna be, I feel.
So like this,
I mean, can't you rebrand yourself?
right?
You can't, nah. If you can Google, nah.
You can. You can
Wait,
rebrand yourself.
you guys, Megan
Kim Kardashian
Good
rebranded herself.
married a pastor and started to cover up and everything. I was literally preaching about love and everything. Wasn't that like rebranding?
Yeah.
But look how okay, so
definitely
it's wait, so it's similar to Sierra, right? Since is Sierra's guy, isn't he also like
Religious.
some but look how she's showing herself all up on the Instagrams, that's what I'm saying. Is once she been in the streets, she gonna remain in the
No, but
streets.
Sierra she's always been that way though, right? Like she's
So
not just
no,
gonna
so that
change one day.
rebranding that you're talking of, this should rebrand to get this guy, but then now she's back to her old
No,
self.
she didn't rebrand.
Yeah, she
When did she
rebranded.
rebrand? Like,
No,
did
she
ever
rebranded. Yes, there was a
As
time when
what?
she was forming Holy Church Mind, but now
So
it
who
has
says she's not
expired.
holy anymore?
Because look at her Instagram, bro. That's not holy.
So doesn't this
Yeah, but I'm
is this
saying,
showing you guys something
was
that is
Instagram ever not like
No,
sorry,
Instagram doesn't have to be extra PG. Sorry, Z, go ahead.
I was saying, isn't this showing like no offense, like guys are easy?
I mean, we all know that though. We all know guys.
I think so. I think guys need to. Yeah.
And it's because you have this straight line, it's like linear. Is she's a good girl? Yes. She's a bad girl? No.
No, because the
But you
requirements
marry
for
good
most
girl,
guys
bad girl.
don't have a long list of requirements. I mean, it's usually like, oh, does she look good? Yeah, is she chill? Yeah, cool. That's it. Like,
Wow.
that's it. Usually, yeah. Usually.
Isn't that why also like girls normally get upset when guys reject them?
Because
Yeah,
what?
facts.
Yeah, because they feel like guys are easy. So if they reject them, like something has to be wrong.
Yeah. Because to be honest, no, but you know what? She's right. Because like as a girl, you can, if you really want, you can find a partner tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, but guys, we're out
Yeah,
here, we're struggling. You know what I'm saying, so it's facts. I guess guys are easy in that sense. Yeah. But I'm just saying, ain't no rebranding out here, bro. If she's rebranding, come on, then it needs to be. There's no way to even verify that because, like in Sierra's case, look at what's happening. Kim K probably rebranded to a certain extent, But then now she run off with this Pete Davidson guy. Like what? Like what's going on?
They broke up. What do you mean to a certain extent? She completely rebranded, bro.
I won't say she completely rebranded, but
What
fuck-
from Rage's girlfriend and putting out a sex tape to where she is today? Like, what are you talking about?
okay, do you think that's complete? Do you think she completely rebranded?
I mean, bro,
Kardashian-
she's no more a porn star,
Kardashian-
though, so
Yeah, she's not even. I don't even see her being like explicit on the internet. Like even
Yeah.
addressing.
Really?
Like, she's
okay, no, her
That's from what I
dressing
see.
to an extent,
explicit.
but
Like, she's so.
she's no more in
Listen,
like that porn space, you know.
She's not even close to
Never
that.
in the porn space.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just one sex tape.
Honestly, that's
I mean,
enough to
yeah.
be honest.
Yeah, that's enough.
that one is enough to be honest. Like, let's be honest. Like,
Take it
what's
back.
going on?
Just look at Instagram. I take it back.
You see, and that's what I'm saying. And that's basically the next thing we'll talk about is can you wife who? The answer is no, because look at Kanye West. Now he's struggling, and now his kids are like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? So the answer is no. Look at Sarah out here like that. I'll be honest. Like if I have a babe, I'm just out there posting all these explicit pics on Instagram, I'll be like, "Yo, like that's not cool."
Skills, are you a feminist?
I'm a feminist.
Skills is not
Are
a
you
feminist.
tapping for the pod?
I am a feminist. No. That's why. I'm not capping like you was. I'm saying like I'm a feminist in the sense of I believe in equal rights in the sense of to the best of our abilities, equal opportunities. I believe in that. I think you shouldn't get discriminated against just because you're a woman. Like that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But if you're out there showing your goods, then it is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that part of feminism? Like
That's not.
for them to be able to.
No, but that's my problem with
Isn't that
feminism though, because
equal, right? That's equal now. Like literally, I was saying something. Guys are
that's
all
not
over.
equal.
And honestly, for a reason, I don't know who to use as an example because nothing is coming to mind now. But if the roles were reversed and it was a guy that done his sex tape, why am I even going too far? Closer guy, Oxlade. Didn't his sex tape come out? Didn't he release a news that everybody's going crazy about? Tiwa Savage's sex tape was leaked. Everybody went crazy. How could she? Why did she? And there was someone else in the video with her. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not equal because people don't add. For me, I feel like people don't want women to embrace that sexuality, but it does happen, and I think it's
No, but I'm saying that's problematic.
How is that problematic? Because you want to raise kids that are. Is it about? Okay, again, it goes back to the kids. You want that babe that when her kids Google her, they don't see that she has a sex tape out. Her body's been all over the
I
internet.
think even outside of the kids, like it's just like I guess it is kind of the kids, but not even just that. Like not even in the sense of like when they are young. Like if you're pushing a sexual liberation narrative, now don't get me wrong, I see what you're saying, but we don't live in a perfect world, right? Like if so Oxlade or Tiwa Savage, like there was a guy there, but like we don't give a fuck about the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't give a fuck. Now let me ask you this though, and you just keep it 100, keep it $150 plus tax, like keep it 100. If you have a guy and then you're in love with the guy, you guys have been together for a while, and then you find out that like, oh, like there's a sex tape of him out there. How would you feel? Would you feel suddenly repulsed?
Yes.
That's cap.
I know.
Seriously,
I would not. I would
exactly,
not.
and that's my point. So,
like in the first place, I didn't know him then, and I don't know the babe. And
exactly.
if we're in love, he loves me now. So why is that affecting the relationship now?
See, and that's good. I'm glad you're being honest. You know what I'm saying? But when you flip it, like it just doesn't compute like that for most guys, because it's like,
and that's wrong.
Nah. And that's how it just is what it is.
All wrong. If the kids listen to this podcast, they need to hear you defend women's skills. What are you saying?
Okay, first of all, again, fuck them kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here for equal opportunities, but actions have consequences. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, all this whole sexual liberation and blah, 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 blah. Like, I was in, true story, last month, I was in the DMV. Sorry, so for you UK guys, that's the place you go to get your driver's license renewed and blah, blah, blah. So I was in the DMV, chilling. There were some older niggas there, old white guys, and then a mother came in with her child. I don't know how old this child is. If I had to guess, I would say probably 11. Probably. I don't know. But she was dressing like she was 19. And honestly, it made me uncomfortable. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why did you let your child leave the house dressed like this? Whatever. Right? I didn't talk. I was just like, oh, I guess that's the society we live in, right? Because sexual liberation, right? Because Cardi B. Now we have all these white guys, old white guys, they are looking at us some kind of way, almost like in some predatory type vibe. And I started feeling uncomfortable for her. And I was looking at the mom like, are you not clocking what the fuck is going on here? And everything. Eventually, the child clocked it, the mom clocked it, and then it got into a whole thing. The mom looked back, looked at this white guy like, what are you looking at? And blah, blah, blah. Eventually, she just left the DMV and she's like, oh, I'll come back on that day. All that is unnecessary. Why? Like what? Because the whole sexual liberation thing is there's real life consequences. There's still niggas out there that I'll be honest, like they're predators, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know we live in a society where we're protesting. We don't want that. We don't want this. But unfortunately, it still exists, right? We have Black Lives Matter marches, but unfortunately, racism still exists, right? I know they're out there protesting for my rights, but I can't walk down the street with a gun because I'm probably gonna get shot. That's what I'm saying.
I like that you brought that example. So where racism still exists and it's literally off the color of your skin, you can't hide the color of your skin to prevent racism.
No, I
Same way
can't. But there's
as
certain
making
things I can do to
like what?
minimize my risk.
Like what?
So when I get pulled over by the police, I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna be blah blah blah.
But
because I
niggas still
don't want
get
to
shot
die.
even if they're not doing
Exactly,
anything.
that's what we're saying. Like
Well, you're
technically,
trying your best, is my point.
ever, you shouldn't have to try your best. You're literally just black. You were born black. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
You're just born a woman. It's not your fault that the world wants to sexualize you. It's really not your
No,
fault.
no, and that's fine. No, and I agree with you. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, don't bait yourself, though. Don't bait yourself. You're not helping. Do you agree with that? At least, can we find common ground there?
Yes.
Okay, then
bait
we
yourself.
shouldn't.
Yes.
Huh?
That
What do you mean
is
by bait yourself?
Like, don't wear certain types of clothes or something like
That-
that. For
it's not
example.
certain types of food. If you say don't be walking down the streets late at night, I understand because you could be overpowered. But
Or
clothing is
that.
that one I understand. When you're
But yeah,
driving
He's
we're not the
talking about
clothing one.
clothing. So what do you think about that?
Izzy, what do you think? Go on.
about what? Sorry.
The clothing.
The
Why not
clothing- the
clothing
clothing.
I
specifically?
disagree. I honestly disagree. That's what I'm
Why is
saying
that?
about like it's not your fault that you're born a woman and then God blessed you with like boobs and you're a voluptuous.
Okay, Z, let me paint you a scenario, yeah? You want
ahead.
you want to be married at some point. Do you want kids as well?
We're jumping the gun. Let's
I
just
have a
stop.
feeling. I have a feeling I know where to
Wait,
Wait, so let's say down the line, let's just a scenario. Let's say down the line, you're married, you have kids, your child is like, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, right? This is the TikTok generation, anyways. So they're already seeing what they're supposed to be like. Yeah, so all the whole sexual liberation, dress how you want. She has seen it. So now she's going out with her friends and then she dresses some kind of way. Are you letting her leave the house? Be honest. Just keep it $150. Keep it 100. What do you think?
Would I let her leave the house?
Yeah, dressing, revealing clothes. And she's 12.
She's 12. Of course not. Now she's a child at 12.
But that's my point, though. Is society is painting the picture of blah, 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 be free. And I'm like, no, because there's real life consequences.
Are we preaching be free but with sense? And how does that work? How do you balance? Okay, dress how you want, be who you are, but be cautious of the world. Isn't that literally how this is like? Yes, you shouldn't change who you are. You should be able to express yourself, which is like basically fundamental human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of whatever you want to do. You can't necessarily change society, but does that mean that you now like change how you are as a person or what you would do because of society?
I think there are some instances where you have to, just for the safety of like life in general. Like that just like it just is what it is. Like, and that's like, I don't know. Like I could be wrong, I could be waffling. But in that scenario, you're not letting your kid leave the house like that, right? She feels justified in doing this because, well, we live in this era like that. Is Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, though. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my beef is really more with society pushing that narrative along with feminism. I believe in equal rights and equal opportunities, but there are certain lines that we should not cross, at least not yet, for the safety of ourselves and I guess eventually our future children. Cool. That's what I'm saying. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Now you understand why I said skills is not a feminist.
I have feminist though.
You are
You're not a
right.
feminist, bro.
You're not.
You're feminist by definition. This is what I was talking about before. Like the definition on taking on at face value. If you ask 99% of the population, should men and women have equal rights? They'll say yes. But that's like a very surface level definition of what feminism actually is, because it's not about them having rights or having equal rights necessarily. It's about rights that they were meant to be given that they're not necessarily given. One, and it's two also.
But women have do we live in a world where women don't have rights?
What did you say?
Well,
What I'm saying
they
is we don't
have
live in a world
rights.
where women don't have rights. They have rights. They have every
And
much
how many
rights.
years ago did women get this right?
For some time, I believe, honestly, like which rights in particular? Which one?
All of them to
Like
drive, vote, to
women been driving for years though.
not as long as they should have been driving for. Literally,
Okay,
someone
but
has
we
to
can't change the past, innit? Like it is what it is.
in front of the bus for you to go to the DMV and sit with white people. Martin Luther King had to get shot for you to walk the streets of America.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I was gonna say I'm glad he did, but like,
Yeah, exactly. Someone has to. Unfortunately, that is the thing. Someone has to do the difficult things.
no, Z,
Someone,
I ain't ducking you. That's facts.
yeah. So
But that was time ago, though.
if you keep pushing the idea that yes, but you can't fight this, you can't fight this, then you're not getting anywhere. You're literally doing the same things. You're walking on eggshells.
Okay,
Someone
no. But we're talking about equal rights. Do women
Yes.
not have equal rights today?
Women want to dress how they want to dress, and if it was reversed, men
That's
would dress
not an issue of rights, though, is it? Anybody can dress how they want to dress, but there are repercussions. That's just an issue of consequences. If I walk down the street half naked with half my thing out, that's not going to work out too well for me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Why do you have to go that far, though? Okay, but skills, why do you have to go that far?
No, because what I'm saying is there's nothing that prevents me from doing that, right? Technically, right?
Are you talking about women just dressing with revealing clothing?
What I'm saying is no. We segued. We'll talk about rights in general. Today? Do we live in a world where women don't have at least equal opportunities?
Skills. Do you believe women are marginalized in society?
I'm marginalized. What do you mean by marginalized?
You know how black people compare to white people, right? In the US or most Western societies, how black people are compared to white. So do you think women and men, in that same sense, do you think there's a similar vibe in society?
On certain aspects, yeah. But those are just aspects that it just is what it is.
But in general, you don't think so?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
Bro, that's why we segued, and I was like, give me an example of how women don't have rights today. Like, name a right that women do not have today.
Which country are we talking about?
In the West, so US, UK.
It's different because now I don't think we're no longer fighting for. Thank goodness we fought for the other things like the right to vote, the right to drive. I think now we're fighting for other things like very human things. Like if you use Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we're basically fighting for, can I be self-actualized? Can I sit on the board of directors? Why is there now a need?
No, but they can't do.
Right. Yeah, but someone had to literally speak. So there is no women representation on the board of directors. If that's not right.
What you're talking about is a bigger issue, which I don't even think is necessarily an issue. It's just a different thing. Right now, you're right. We have come to a point where women can drive and women can vote, and then they can basically do anything they want. But that for me is like, okay, great, we've made progress. Now let's pause and let's think about our next move. But now Cardi B had to take it too far and say, no, you can go and dress up. Literally, there was a TikTok of a politician, a US politician, twerking, and then 3 seconds into the twerk, she was like, now that I have your attention, please vote for blah, 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 blah. But then that same politician will come back tomorrow and say, don't sexualize women. It's not computing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I would agree, like, okay, don't sexualize women, but don't do that though. Like, why are you twerking?
The skills, if you're talking about how like they can't go out dressed a certain way, isn't that literally sexualizing?
I'm not saying they can't. You can do what you want. I'm just saying perhaps is not the best idea. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Let's rewind, right? Because you said you believe in equal rights and equal opportunities, right?
Of course.
So you're arguing that they have equal rights. Do you think they have equal opportunities?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Gone, bro.
No. Okay.
Rose, be quiet. Rose, what do you have to say on this, please?
I mean,
You're eating.
no, I'm not eating, but like, I mean, to be honest, I'm mostly with you, Hadiza, on this one.
Thank you.
Skills. Yeah.
Skills are
Wait.
speaking, bro. I'll be real with you. Like, yeah,
Okay, so I'm
actually.
tweaking that. What you think women
Then
do not
again, do
have
you know
equal
what?
opportunities?
To be fair to
I think
skills,
it's
to be
the
fair to skills.
mentality we're fighting you on now, skills. I think that
Which
is
mentality?
the mentality. The mentality that you feel like men will just be predators. Men can't. It's
No,
just
I'm not
they're
saying
in
they will. I'm saying these things exist. So keep yourself safe. That's what I'm saying. I'm literally on your side. I'm like, please
I feel
don't
like
go out
what
there and be
skills is
assaulted.
trying to emphasize is that like two things can be right at the same time. Like the
Pretty
Yeah.
fact
much, I
that, oh
guess, yeah.
yeah, that liberation, but then at the same time, the fact that predators exist,
Exactly.
we can't pretend that like they
Yeah,
don't.
like we can't pretend that's not a thing. So wear what
like,
you want,
in
but
the same
please
vein,
be
yeah,
careful. Facts.
in the same vein that you're expressing your liberation, you still have to exhibit some level of
Yeah,
caution, I guess.
pretty much. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. Like I said, and that's why I brought the race thing as an example. Yeah, like I should have equal rights even though I'm black, but I know there's certain spaces I would go to today and like I'm basically risking my life. But it just is what it is. It's not nice, but it's just me being smart. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So do we agree on that? Z? Yeah.
We do agree. We do agree.
Okay, now
I'm
now
so
I'm
glad
beef.
people who are not like sorry. Like some people are born into unfortunate circumstances. Do you
Such
get
as
like the places where you try to avoid? There's people that have been born there. Do you get like some
Mhm.
people are born to those like um areas where black people are raised to they're
Mhm.
basically born to gangs and everything, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
Those are unfortunate circumstances. You wouldn't blame them for being born into that. Do you get and
Um,
it
uh,
is like
okay.
they need
I
to
agree to a
believe
certain extent, yeah, but not
that
really.
you different. Sorry, what part do you disagree with?
So yeah, you can be born into like a bad area, but if you go into gangs and guns, that's a choice that you made. So you can't blame the area. That's my personal opinion.
Whoa, I
Sha.
heavily disagree.
Okay,
Heavily
well,
disagree with that.
nah, I don't see. You don't have to agree with me, but it just is what it is, though. But Z, please finish your points, please.
No, like I'm just saying, like those kind of circumstances, yes. You need to see I that's the thing. I feel like there needs to be a flag bearer. There needs to be that servant that will sacrifice themselves to tell those people, hey, you can do better, you can be more.
Facts.
There literally has to be someone that's looking up to Jay-Z saying, you know what, I can actually get off the streets and become a rapper. So it's that hope
Facts.
that you're holding out for other people saying, hey, look, which is, I mean, I don't mean to be inspirational or aspirational. Cardi B is basically trying to say, look, she was a stripper, now she's gone into like rapping and basically done her thing. Yeah, she could be doing it the wrong way in the sense that if for the kids again and they see that they're possibly getting the wrong message. So it's that you have the understanding now. If you just, are thinking in only one way, saying that, oh, this is bad, this is good, is that these things exist. Be liberal, do your thing, but have the understanding, or how do I even put it now?
But
Be
that's we're saying
aware.
the same thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
So having the understanding is still being aware and being able to keep yourself safe in certain situations. That's what I think. At least, yeah, so
I'm still trying to channel that the mentality should be kind of like different. You
the
shouldn't,
mentality on whose side?
the men or the predators and all of those people.
Yeah, I mean, no, we can agree that predatory behavior is terrible. No, we would agree on that for sure. You know what I'm saying? But it just is what it is. I can't go out there and start predator hunting. Like I don't know where they are. So because I don't know where they are, please keep yourself safe. That's all I'm saying. Madam Z, final thoughts, please.
Final thoughts. This was an interesting one. For the first topic, I'd say that there should be some grace extended to people and that it can't necessarily be your past defining your future. I feel like you can change, you can rebrand, basically do what you want to do. Second topic, can you wife a hoe? Yeah, it is like basically down to the individual's preference, like Rose said. And for what you guys went off on, I feel like there has to be some representation. If someone doesn't actually speak up, you might not even know there is an issue. If one babe didn't ask, or basically by some stroke of luck, ask her male colleague, oh, how much are you getting paid? And he told her the truth, which is why people started to disclose how much they want to pay, and companies are being forced to show the numbers they're paying. You wouldn't know. It is about like each person taking responsibility, male or female, to actually understand that there needs to be someone to speak up where there is an issue, where there is an imbalance. So that is my final thoughts on everything. Someone has to basically say, you know what, we should challenge this idea, challenge this notion or this line of thought. It is acceptable to actually challenge things that we think are right, basic like foundational societal thoughts. So that is just my 2 cents.
Yeah, why you gotta put your phone next to the mic, yo?
Oh, my
Goddamn.
phone, my laptop.
That was Hadiza. That's really Hadiza.
It's my laptop that pinged. Apologies.
Oh, jeez. Yo, well, it's been your boys on the fucking Parrot Side podcast, man. Hey, y'all know what the fuck it is. Shout out the gang. Yeah, this has been moderately fun. Hey. You already know we feel rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Hey, Madam Z, what do we tell them about the feedback? Yo, tell them.
Feedback?
Oh my god.
Oh, she don't know. All right, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, Z, please tell the listeners, don't send us any fucking feedback.
Seen. Okay, please don't send us any feedback. I'm still very polite. But yeah, fuck them kids.
Hey, fuck that guy. You heard us say, bro. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Parrot Side, bro. You catch us on the next one.
Oh shit! Yeah, peace out.
Nah.